Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Dude.
Johnny.
So as we had said in a couple other videos, we just got back from a Disney trip. And we had said that we were going to be showing several videos coming forward from that trip and the pins that we had either traded for or purchased on that vacation. So we have a good number here, probably 30 pins that we got through trading and also purchases on the trip. They're newer Disney pins. A lot of them are from the 25 years of pin trading. And so we're choosing the format today to share with you ourselves on the video, but we'll be holding the pins up to the camera. We'll see how that goes. I know sometimes they're not as clear, but we want to be part of the process.
We'll do the best we can.
So let's get started, Johnny. Anything else you want to say before we go?
No, I'm good. Let's get started.
All right. So we have a friend, Sally, near Disney World. And she had traded a lot of she had seen a lot of our pins online that we're trading, right, or selling. And she was more interested in trading. So she kind of pointed out the ones online that she'd like us to bring with us on the trip and trade. So happy that we did, because we had a lot of nice classic pins that you don't find anymore. And she had gotten some pins that are newer off the boards today. So let's go dive into those. A couple of them here. This is from the Muppets collection. So this is a newer pin on Walt Disney World in their pin hut today.
We all know who that is.
Yep.
That's Animal.
So these were really kind of cute to trade for, given that, the Muppets 3D vision went bye-bye. So it's kind of fun, but back of the pin, and we don't need to show this on every one of these pins, but just wanted to give it off the card and give you a close-up. We'll be taking them off the cards anyway, so we might as well do it, because we'll be putting these down the wall on the hall. Down the hall on the wall. All right, so you'll be seeing these in a Fill Up the Wall video soon. We won't go through the close-ups again with these, but we will show you them going onto the wall. Johnny, next.
My next one is also a Muppets. And I've got Kermit and Fozzie Bear.
A little closer, maybe. And as we're going through these, pick out which one's your favorite and let us know. There's so many good ones that it's going to be hard to do.
I like the Muppets because, well, when I was younger, I grew up watching them on TV, the Muppet Show, when it was on TV. I don't know, it was maybe late 80s, probably so, because I don't think they were in the 90s. I could be way off, but I just remember as a young kid watching the Muppets on TV.
I'm so old, the years all have gone so fast.
And I love the Muppets.
Another one, I'm going to pull it off the card. It was a Pixar pin, and it's Ratatouille.
Oh, that's cute.
There it is.
I like the rolling pin.
And the rolling pin is rubbery. You see that? It's like a 3D rubberized rolling pin. It's kind of neat. Yep. Love that pin. We started to pull out some things to do our kitchen in Ratatouille, but we'll see. Haven't got it done yet. Life is so busy. Go ahead.
Alrighty, let's see. For my next one, we've got Stitch. And it says on the front here, Disney Pins 25th anniversary. This is summer of 2025. Stitch is at the beach, which is where I think we all would like to be right now. Here's a closer look. It looks like he's attacking that sandcastle, maybe? That's cute. Anyway, that's Stitch at the beach. Summer of 2025.
Cool. Next one. Fox and the Hound. I love these. There is actually a series of these larger pins. They're a lot of them are larger in a roundish type of form, but they've got characters that are stuck out at the top, kind of like her head is there, to elongate them. I don't know what to call them, but other than the fact that they're larger they're group pins kind of thing of the show. So Fox and the Hound, I love Fox and the Hound. You don't see enough pins of them. Is it Copper and Todd?
Copper and Todd.
Everybody loves Copper and Todd, Anyway, fun pin. Go ahead, Johnny.
Okay.
Mother Graffle.
We got this pin here. I was trying to see what the resort is. I think it's one of those during the
Riviera.
Is it Riviera?
Can I say it really
I think
quick?
so. During the Christmas time, I think the resorts put out a certain ornament pin. Anyway, so the one I got here is Rapunzel and Mother Graffle.
And it is from the Riviera Resort. And the middle flips.
But the middle turns, and it has this.
Looks like her dress.
Yeah, it looks like her dress. But I think every resort on Walt Disney World property has certain pins, certain characters on their ornament pins.
Love to have that whole set. But we never will.
But yeah, we probably never will. Ooh, look at this pin.
Fun. Next one. Everybody's favorite here. Figment. I absolutely adore Figment. I've got actually a good little video short that I want to put out on Figment. That'll be coming soon. But see how colorful it is?
He is always colorful.
Love this pin. It's kind of an open edition. Probably from the hanger there. You're up.
Okay. What I have next is the 10-year anniversary of Inside Out. This pin drop was on a Tuesday. Actually, while we were on vacation in Walt Disney World, so we were lucky enough to get there and pick up this pin, and we got a couple others that were dropped on that Tuesday. But this is the 10-year anniversary of Inside Out.
So that's pin on pin, right, Johnny?
Yep.
And that was like in their glass case then, when they're dropped like that.
Yeah.
It is a pretty pin. They came out with one kind of similar. It was not pin on pin. It was just regular pin, but it was a little larger at Box Lunch earlier this year or late last year or something. Reminds me of it, but this one is definitely thicker and pin on pin.
No, I'm kind of curious to know if there's a big following on Inside Out. You know, when Frozen came out, it was the movie, and everybody wanted everything about it. I kind of wondered if maybe Inside Out kind of took the reins from that. I don't know. It's a cute movie. It really is. The second one's cute too.
All right, next pin, Chip and Dale, and you can see on this pin. So this is a 25 years of pin trading pin. These were part of the pins that we got trade from Sally. But look at, it's hard to go closer. But the clothes are all a glittery blue. Really pretty. Chip and Dale. I love Chip and Dale. I can go closer, but it gets out of focus. All right. Enough of that one. Johnny, you want to go one of these?
Okay.
So these four are all part of that kind of set.
For this next one, we have Mickey Mouse, and looks like he's pin trading. He's got a lanyard on, he's got a pin in his hand, and he's ready to make the trade. And again, this is for probably the
25 years of pin trading.
25 years of pin trading.
And they're all the same kind of shape, these four pins that we're showing you now. And the next one is Stitch. Does he have a lanyard on? I swear it looks like he has a lanyard on. But he's also got a little glittery going on there. There you go. And the last of the four, Johnny?
And the last of the four is Donald and Daisy, and they are pin trading. They both got lanyards on. Donald's got a pin in his hand. He's like, yo, Daisy.
I really like how they did these with the characters actually pin trading.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I've seen that before.
Yeah, you might be
on
right.
pins. All right. And then four more that we traded for. I'll take it off the back. These are not from the 25 years of pin trading, just newer and newer on the wall there for sale. Or for trade. We got them for trade. But Goofy. And these are all pin on pin. You see that? These are absolutely beautiful.
I like the
in
coloring.
person.
I like the coloring of them.
I do too. The only weird thing is there's a Mickey, a Minnie, a Goofy, and a Chip and Dale. There is no Donald and no Pluto in this set. Maybe they're coming out later with them. I'm not sure. But there's Goofy. Want to do the next one, John?
Goofy, and we got Minnie.
So yeah, these four are similar.
You know,
Mickey.
the colors and the design of this kind of reminisce Polynesian.
Yeah, it does. You're absolutely right. I love the coloring.
So do I.
Very easy to look at. Easy on your eyes. Very clean. And one more. Johnny's going to show.
One more here.
These are all going to look great on our wall.
Chip and Dale.
Thank you again, Sally. Sally. Thank you. Can't wait to see you again. We'll have more traders out on our online soon, and let us know if you want more trading. All right. So then there are some pins that look like this. They're from the 25 years of pin trading, but they all kind of have that Dapper Dan hat on. Is that what you'd say, call them, Johnny?
I think so.
So here's Chip and Dale. You see there's got some red glitter on this pin. Adorable, right? I don't know. Anybody who doesn't pin trade just doesn't experience the cuteness of these.
It's very addicting.
It is. It is. And every one is a little piece of art. And I just love each one individually.
I think especially for me, when we first started doing it, was the fact that when you got one and the cast member says, oh, well, that's a set of that's one of 10, and you're like, oh my gosh, I got to collect 9 more to finish this set. Well, then I was hooked. I was like, I got to get all 9. I got to get all 10.
This one's Goofy of that same set. And I think those are little pin boards with their pins on them.
Probably so.
You see that?
Yeah.
What is that, Scrump on that one? And Simba? You see, I can almost depict it. That's a Simba pin. That looks like a Scrump pin. And that is a Frozen Anna pin.
It is?
It looks exactly like Anna's. Yeah, that's Anna.
Oh, okay.
At least what I can see.
I don't have my glasses down here.
And here back on the Chip and Dale. I mean, if you really look tight, that looks like a Baymax. That one's a mug. And the other one says 30 years of something, 30th anniversary or something. But that's a mug down there. I love that. That's really cool how you can see them.
The one I have here is Donald. And again, I don't have my phone. I can't blow up the image, and I don't have my glasses. So I'm sorry, I can't tell you what's on his board.
Good thing my eyes are better.
My glasses must be upstairs. There's Donald. And he's got a pin board.
Yep. Here's Stitch with his pin board. And he's got a Donald pin, a 35 anniversary, and a Genie lantern right there. Pin. I wonder how they decided what to put on each of these pin boards. This is so cute, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Sorry. Here's...
Oh. For next one, I got Minnie.
We're trying to keep up the pace on these so that it's not so long of a video for you.
Okay, so there's Minnie. Maybe a Peter Pan hat. Looks like a poison apple.
That is a poison apple on the right.
But the one down below...
Looks like 35 years. They all, or 25 years. They
25
all have
years?
that one. So like this one has that 25 years too. And then it's got Cheshire Cat head.
Oh,
and I think that's a cocoa cup with a cinnamon stick coming out of it.
Like a munchling?
No, just a
cup.
Just a mug.
A mug.
A cocoa mug, yep. There's Mickey.
Okay.
So those are the ones we have from this look. From trading. Notice.
Okay, for these next pens, I'm gonna leave them on the board because it's we got 2 of them, and it's from Toy Story, and we got Zorg, and we got the little aliens or little Martians. What do you want to call them? I think it's just called little aliens.
Martian. Alien.
But this came 2 on the board like this. Yeah, we all know who Zorg is.
Kind of a cool pin.
And the little green guy, Hook.
We were trading a cast member, and they had that Zorg pin. Do you remember, Johnny, on their board, as well as another pin?
Mm-hmm.
It was Monsters Inc., and it was Mike Wazowski holding a balloon of Sully, a Sully balloon.
Yeah.
And because it was a trivia question that we got right, we got to choose one of the two pins that were hidden. And Johnny really wanted the Zorg, but I really wanted the Monsters Incredible pin because it just looked more unique. And we took the Monsters Incredible. Then we had to go, and we did find on a trade this from Sally, so we got the Zorg anyway. Some things just work out, don't they?
They do.
So this is another one, just open edition, but this is Cruella here with Jasper and Horace. Cruella. Yeah, very cool pin. Kind of typical look for them. All right. Yeah.
Okay, for my next pin, this is the Tower of Terror. And the first square on here, and it took me forever to realize that is actually Donald Duck, and he's holding a bunch of luggage. I looked at it for the longest time, and I was like, why can't I figure this out? And then I focused on the center part of it. I was like, that's Donald Duck. But this thing opens up, and the second one is a Mickey and Minnie.
It's like a double hinge pin.
And then we got Hollywood Tower of Terror right there.
That's a fun pin.
Yeah, it is. Starts out with that. It looks like them in the elevator.
Mm-hmm. So when we, of course, display these pins on the wall, we open them up like this.
Yep.
Another open edition that I'm going to take off of this. This looks like a pin. We traded for this pin, but it looks like a pin that was purchased probably at Star Wars.
Galaxy's Edge.
Galaxy's Edge. But you open it up. And this, what is that, Black Spire, it says? Kind of a fun pin. I like the coloring on this one, too.
It is nice. I like the red in there.
I'm not sure if that's his 350 or 850. I'm not sure. Maybe I don't know enough about this, but I love the pin. Very sharp. Fun. So again, that was a trade. These ones we purchased now.
Yes, we purchased these. The one pin I showed you of the 10th anniversary of Inside Out, we purchased that one because it was dropped on that Tuesday along with these next two pins I'm going to show you. Give me a second here. I'm going to get off the card. It looks like a metal. And I'm struggling with this, so bear with me. And it's of Tinkerbell. That's what it looks like. It says Disney pins down below. Oops.
No, keep holding it. I was just going to tilt it and see if the angle got better.
Is that
I don't know about that.
That's a 25 at the top. What does that say?
Found my prize.
Found my prize.
Backwards for us.
Yeah.
Found my prize.
Is that like, does this say number one?
It says authentic, official, 25 years of Disney pin trading. Very cool. Look at the back of the pin on the waffle. And then, look at, even in the dark, they got the crystal there. And then again, Tinkerbell. Sorry, Johnny, I didn't mean Tinkerbell.
No. Okay, so the next one that we also purchased along with that, because they put two out.
I don't know how many of those they're going to come out with either. We just happened to be there while they had two.
Is this one right here.
Is that Mouse?
The Great Mouse Detective?
Yep.
Because on the back here it says, let's say Master of Mystery.
That's
Here,
cool.
I'll flip it over so that you can see it. that says Master of Mystery.
Yep.
At the top it says 25.
Authentic Disney official. Yep.
Here, I'll turn this on just in case it didn't, if I pulled it away too quickly. There we go. That's a little slick looking pen.
It is. Very heavy too.
Yeah.
Next one. This was a pin that was gifted to Johnny from Kim at Pop Century's front desk. So we had gone to Epcot that day and we had gotten the popcorn buckets. Unfortunately, we can't show you the popcorn bucket because we left it with a friend who lives in Florida. Thanks, Bob and Jonna. But we didn't have any room in our luggage. So they're holding on to it for us with a couple other things. But while we were there, this Kim from the front desk of Pop Century saw us carrying them and she's like, oh my gosh, I want to see that. So Johnny was nice enough. He pulled the plastic off and he showed her.
They light up.
They light up. And so him and Kim were kind of playing with the lights and going through all the colors. And she thought that was so cool of him to show him and stuff. So she went in the back and she gave him a little magical moment. And we have a video out there of it where she's doing that with Johnny. So you can take a look at that. But this is the pin close up. And it's a Skyliner pin. Fantastic treat.
That was sweet of her.
We're not ready to take this one out of the packaging yet. But yeah, very sweet of Kim. Thank you, Kim. She was from Massachusetts.
I didn't see
New
that.
Brunswick.
You got good memory.
I have it somewhere. I have it on the picture, on the video. She's wearing a tag. I want to say something like that, but I know it's Massachusetts. But I thought it was like New Brunswick or something like that.
Okay, so for my next one, I'm going to show.
I don't know Massachusetts.
I'm going to show this one.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that we were in Disney Springs. I knew that there was a May the 4th Be With You pin out. It was a smaller one, and I was kind of on the fence about getting it because it was smaller. I do kind of treat myself to the bigger pins when they come out for Star Wars.
It helps to have the 20% off too.
It does. And we were out shopping down there. I think it was probably close to the end of our vacation, and I saw them laying there. And I said, I need to get one of those.
They were at the Pin Hut.
Pin Hut.
Disney Springs.
Disney Springs. So this is...
I still want to call it Downtown Disney, but Disney Springs, I have to embed that in my head.
So this is the 2025 May the 4th Be With You. And it looks like we got Luke there, but we got a big old Darth Vader, and we got... I just completely drew a blank. The Death Star behind him.
Yeah, and this is a limited edition of 4,800. Did you say that already?
No, I did not say that.
So yeah, we had to pick it up.
Do you want me to take it out real quick?
And we'll take it out of the packaging. That one's going on the wall.
Yeah. Anyway, this is what it looks like.
So why don't you take that out while I show them this one?
Okay.
We're going to take this out of the package too, but I want to show it to you before we did. This was also just came out while we were there. And it says Disney's Wondrous Worlds, 25 years of pin trading, limited edition. And the limit on this, I'm going to find it for you, but it says limited edition. But it's an Ariel pin in a bubble. So now I'm going to take that out and show you what that's like up front. Had to get it. It just looked like it was just needing to be in our collection. It does have one pin back. Here's the back of the pin. And it does say... Oh my God! I'm sorry, I can't see the limited. Does it have the limited edition on there somewhere? Maybe
1,500.
1,500. All right, and so you can see this is like a water globe or something, but it's not water in there, but it's a bubble. Is that not adorable? So Ariel's under there hugging Flounder, and they're by the underworld castle. Very pretty pen in person. Yeah. Okay, Johnny, did you find out that?
Yep.
Showed up close.
There's mine right here. And as you can see reflection in it because it's just so slick.
It is. That is sharp.
It is shiny, and it's really cool. Darth Vader.
We were just watching Moana, and we're Tom Mateo's under the water. He's singing his song, "So Shiny." He's so shiny.
That's cool. I'm so glad I was able to pick up the 2025 May the 4th Be With You pin. I'm sure there's probably other ones, but this is the only one.
Yeah, that's a good one to
get,
pick
so.
up. And Johnny, do you remember the cost on that? I think it was more affordable than I thought. I thought it was gonna be like 60.
$40.
It was 40, so it was 32 with the discount.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. We talked about $32 is only $32. It's still a lot of money.
There we go.
It is. We don't buy a lot of pins at price.
I'm sorry about that
That is just a
the
sharp
glow
pin.
ring that you see. That is sharp. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I can tell. All right, Johnny, go for these 3 now.
Okay, so
Last pins. Last 3.
so the next 3 pins are build a pin, and the build a pin. You can go ahead and hold
Well,
up.
I was just going to say one we traded, and then of course we had to have the other, so we bought the other 2. But
So on the build a pin, you get as you see on this one, you get a castle in the background, and then you get 2 characters that you can put on the castle, or you can switch it out with other characters.
so there's all these pin backs because each of the castle and these are separate pins.
But you can also buy just these 2 pins by themselves without the castle, which is like this. You just have Tigger and you got Winnie, but no castle. It just has the picture right here, so it's just these 2. But you can add these to that castle if you wanted to.
So I pulled them off. Here's the castle, and you see it's got 2 prongs on the back there, and the 4 holes.
Mm-hmm.
So now you could take Lilo here with her 2, and you can
Add her to the pin.
add her to the pin
So it'd be a pin on pin.
like that.
There
But
you
you
go.
could also then take Tigger and put him with Lilo.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do what you
Or
want.
Pooh.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
Or the witch, or not the witch, or Maleficent. So yeah, you can swap things out with
Here's
these
the
pins.
other one that we got. So we got Lilo and Stitch.
So one more time. Here's the metallic-y.
Now also the
glittery
castles
castle.
can be different too. Here, I'll take this one off. This is Maleficent and the fairy godmothers.
Oh yeah, and that's a different castle.
And it's a
than this
different
one.
castle than that. That's what I was going to show them. Let me take all these pins off here. Backs.
Kind of exciting, huh?
It's a little different. And I think while we were out pin trading,
We'll probably put them on the walls under their right sets.
there's the castle that came with Maleficent.
Yeah.
As you probably noticed, the holes.
So
in it.
again, these are called Disney pins, Build-A-Pins.
Build a pin.
If you've never seen those or heard of them. We actually have another one of these in our collection on the wall somewhere.
Yeah.
We have a Build-A-Pin from years and years ago.
Yeah.
And then, did you show them already? This is not a castle. This is just a board.
Yeah, I
but
showed
just
them.
the 2 pins. Okay, you did. So that was this video's this episode of pins that we traded for, and a few we purchased. Again, we love trading, and it's so much funner than buying. Yes, we bought a couple here because they're only going to be around for so long, and we're never going to find this pin on the board. On a cast board or a lanyard.
It was a lot of going from park to park and a lot of walking. And trust me, my feet know it.
And in all, that's true for the general of what we did on the trip, but for a lot of these, we did trade a lot of these with Sally.
Mm-hmm.
We did trade a couple on the boards, and there was a few of them we purchased.
With Mike, and
Yep,
we met a lot of great people.
it was very
It
fun.
was a very good trip.
Can't wait to do it again. So be looking for the next video. If you like this, be looking for the next videos. We've got a ton of pins. I think we collected 500 pins. So
we brought a
we've
lot
got
of pins home.
ton more pins that we're going to show you in groupings. The next groupings are not new on cards. They are all ones we traded for on boards that were new to us. We always look for pins that are new to us, that aren't on the wall already and we don't have. We believe we've only got one unique pin of each pin we have on the walls. We've done a really thorough job of going through them. But any duplicates that we do come along and have, we either try to sell or trade. I'm sure we'll have some duplicates from our trading that we'll
I'm
take
sure we
back
do.
with our next trip to trade for different ones. Or put out there for trade or sale online. But hope you enjoyed the video. More to come. If you want to hit the subscribe button so you get notified of those future videos, we'd appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the content. Talk to you soon.
Good night.